All eyes on me. 1, 2, 3. Bend your ears to me. Buenas tardes a todos.
Buenas tardes, señora. Bienvenidos a SPFL.
So before we begin with our lesson, let us please have a short prayer. This time, can you please read the prayer? Thank you, Tristan. So before you take your seat, kindly pick up the pieces of paper around you and please arrange your chairs properly. So may I call on the class secretary to report on who's absent?
Patricia and Alina.
Thank you, Ruby. How are you doing today, class?
Better.
It's nice to know that you're doing better. So are you ready to travel to our next lesson?
Yes.
Very well. I would like to remind you again our rules. Please minimize the noise throughout our discussion and raise your right hand whenever you want to speak or to answer. I am also encouraging everyone to participate in our discussion. Those who will participate voluntarily, I will give a reward token, which you may claim later after class. So this is for us victory. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. So before we begin our new lesson, let us first recall what you already know in relation to our topic for today. So for this, we are going to have a very fun activity. Oh, you have it? So I have here an electric ball. And what you have to do for this activity is, can you read the mechanics?
Pass the electric ball around as the music plays. Once the music stops, the one holding the ball will have to choose one among 3 cards placed on the board. The cards contain words or phrases related to our lesson today. The students will tell us something about the word or phrase written on his or her chosen card.
Thank you, Mario. So, our game will start once I start the music. So, our electric ball, I will give it the first to Mario. Then you have to pass it around, pass it properly, no skipping. So, let us begin. So the first lucky student will be Denise. Can you please choose among the 3 cards? Choose among the first, among the second one. Denise, please tell us something about the use of electricity. Yung electricity po, ito po yung magpapagana or nagbibigay ng power para po pagana katulad po. Katulad po yung mga ilaw po, kailangan po natin para gumana yan sa isang bahay. Very well, thank you. No skipping. The second lucky student is Messiah. to be. Well, can you tell us something about electricity? Right, that's a very good insight. So thank you for your participation. Did you have fun, everyone?
Yes!
As you already know, electricity is a fundamental form of energy characterized by the flow of electrons which creates electric current. Electric current is the one flowing through the wires, powering our appliances. And then magnetism is a fundamental force which creates either repulsion or attraction between some objects caused by the movements of electrons in an atom. So these two are tied together, forming the phenomenon we all know as electromagnetism. And today, we're going to dig deeper on this concept. So be active, alright?
Right!
So Benny said earlier that we use electricity in most of our activities in our daily lives, like lighting up homes, charging our phones, cooking our food, if we use rice cooker or electric stove, and in powering other appliances. But do you ever wonder how these appliances, such as your electric fan, work because of electricity? What was the reason why the blades are in motion or why the washing machine spins? What is occurring? What do you think is occurring inside the machine of these devices that make the blades spin or rotate when electricity flows through? Can I hear your idea? Yes, Kaya?
I think the blade spins because of the electric motor inside the electric.
Because of the electric motor, yes. And for that, you will receive So Kaya said that she thinks that these blades work and spin because of the electric motor inside the fan. So that is what we're going to find out today. We're going to talk about simple motors, and we're also going to talk about the two different types, which is the alternating current and the direct current. At the end of this lesson, we will be able to first explain the basic principle behind electric motors following the interaction of electricity and magnetism. Next is to differentiate AC and DC motor based on their components and how they work. And lastly, construct a simple motor using battery, wire, and magnet. So now, to begin our lesson, let us unlock some terms. So I will read the word and you will read the definition altogether. Is that clear?
Yes!
So for our first word, we have electric motor, and it is
A device that converts electrical energy to mechanical energy.
right. So this is how an electric motor is. So for our next word, we have
Electromagnetism. The relationship between electricity and magnetism that allows motor to move.
okay. So this shows the principle of electromagnetism. The next word here is alternating current, which is
An electric current that reverses direction periodically.
so this is an example of a situation of alternating current. So there is a reversal of direction. The next word is the direct current, and it is
An electric current that flows continuously in one direction.
if this is alternating current. This now is the direct current. Only follows a single direction. commutator. So for our last word, it is commutator. Is
A part of the motor that reverses current direction in a coil is spinning in one direction.
it is a part of the motor that looks like this. So all of these words are some of the crucial terms that we are going to encounter throughout the lesson. So make sure not to forget them, okay? So for the next part, we are going to understand better the lesson through an exciting and interesting activity called Make Your Own Electric Motor. So for this activity, I will be dividing the class into 3.
Two.
What? So all group 1 will be here, group 2, and then group 3. Please go to your respective groups and form a small circle. Form a small circle now. So for this activity, I'm going. Okay. So for this activity, you are going to use the following materials. Can you read? What's the read? Let's align na. Battery.
Materials: A battery, magnet, copper wire, electric tape, and safety pins.
You will use the following materials to create your own simple motor. And then for the procedure, I already prepared your coiled wire, so we jump right next to the second one, which is you have to attach the safety pins or the metal paper clips, this one, on the terminal ends of the battery, the two ends of the battery. And you have to secure it with the electric tape. Then the next one, you have to put the magnet on top of the battery under the coiled wire. And then insert the ends of the coiled wire on the loop. This one is the loop. The loop end of the safety pins. So it will look like this hand. So you will be graded based on these rubrics. The completeness of the parts, 5 points, functionality, 15 points, durability, 10 points, for a total of 30 points. Finish this activity. So the timer starts now. 10 more minutes. Okay, go back to your proper seats now. Arrange your dress properly and go back to your proper seats. Alright, settle down now, class. Sit down. So where is the representative of group 1? Okay, Marigo. What did you observe? What did you observe when you connect the wire to the battery?
First, ma'am, dahan-dahan pa lang po siyang dahan-dahan pa lang po siyang uga-uga pa lang po siya nang pinakit po namin yung copper wire. Ngayon po, nung inayos po namin yung magnet, tuloy-tuloy na po siya. Kaso po nung bigla po namin nawalan po ng balance, tumigil po rin nung inayos po namin ang hirap po.
But were you able to do many works?
Yes po.
Thank you, Marigold. Now, group 2. What do you think is the reason why the coil spin when you put the magnet?
Can you repeat that?
What do you think was the reason why the coil spin? Were you able to make your copper work?
We were having a little complication when it comes to trying to make the coil spin. But I think the reason why it was spinning is because of the pressure put in the magnet and alongside with the electricity or the mechanism of the battery is able to make that coil spin.
Okay, thank you. And lastly, group 3, group 3 representative. What then can you say or conclude about the activity? Or first, were you able to make your copper work?
I think we can conclude that electromagnetism is the main source why electric motors work.
Oh, thank you. Exactly. It's nice to know that you were able to uncover this concept through your observations during our activity. You observed that when you connected the wire to the battery without the magnet, there was no movement observed yet. But when you finally put the magnet, the coil spin. Even in your situation, it happened only for just a few seconds. So you have issues with your durability. So what happened? This happened because of the interaction of the electrical energy or the electricity, the electric current, with the magnet. And it happens through some kind of energy transformation from electrical energy to mechanical energy. So when we say electrical energy, it refers to the form of energy produced by the flow of electrons through a conductor. So in our activity, the conductor is, which way fingers the conductor? The battery, magnet, the copper wire. So the conductor there is the copper wire. While the mechanical energy is the energy of motion. It is basically what caused the coil to spin. So nag-interact yung electric current, electricity flowing, dun sa magnet, dun sa main wire, rather, doon sa magnet. So bakit kaya nagkaroon ng rotations? Let's first define electric motor. So in our activity, there was a transferring of its energy from electrical to mechanical. So anything that changes electrical energy to mechanical energy, we call it electric motor. And then let me introduce you to a friend, a very brilliant friend, who discovered the phenomenon or the concepts behind our activity. So everyone, please meet Sir Hans Christian Orsted. We have a new friend now. He is a Danish physicist who discovered that electricity and magnetism are linked. He proved it through experiments, like what we did, that an electric current flowing through a wire can move a nearby magnet. And his discovery is what we know as the electromagnetism. So what caused the rotation? So the rotation happens because of the repulsion and attraction between the magnetic force. The magnetic force or field produced by the magnet interacted with the magnetic field produced by the wire, which was made electromagnetic. That's why we have the rules: like charges attract, and like charges repel, and like charges attract. So why rotation? Why was there a rotation? Because of the push and pull system or relationship of the charges. So one attracts the other, one repels the other, so there was a rotation or a spin. So now we're going to move on with the parts of an electric motor. We already know that an electric motor looks like this. So there are different kinds of electric motors with different parts too, but here we're going to focus only on three basic parts or the three fundamental parts which are present on mostly all three types of electric motor. So we have the stator. This is the stationary part of the motor. It is usually a magnet that lines the casing of the motor. It produces the magnetic field. So when we say stationary, it doesn't move. Yun lang siya. So in our activity, which then was the stator? Anyone? The battery, the magnet. For that, a line receives a photon. Now, the next part is the armature, or also known as the rotor. The rotor. So the rotor is the one that spins, or it is attached on the stator. It is the one that spins when the magnetic field of the magnet is interacted with the electric field or the magnetic field produced by the stator. So in our activity earlier, what is the armature? The copper wire, yes. And for that, it receives a photon. So for the next part, then we already discussed about the stator. The stator and the, what is the next one? Armature. Now we're going to talk about the next part, which is the commutator. Has two basic. So the commutator, as what we have defined here, is the part of the motor that reverses the current direction in the coil to keep it spinning in one direction. So the basics, which is basically the same as the basic commutator. And the buses or terminal, they are the ones that connects the coil or the armature to the stator or the magnet or the power source like the battery. So in our activity earlier, what is the brushes or terminal? Yes, Narendra? the safety pin. Alright. So for that, you will receive a coupon. So you have to remember these three basic parts of the motor. Now we're going to talk about the two types of electric motor. One is the alternating current, or the AC. And the second one is the direct current, or the DC. So we're going to talk about the differences of these two in terms of the power source. Alternating current gets its power source to an alternative supply. It's not direct, unlike the direct current, which uses current from a direct power supply like the battery. So that means our simple motor earlier is an example of a direct current. So next, in terms of the components, commutators and brushes and terminals are not usually present in alternating current, but it is always present in direct current. Then in terms of the rotating system, rotating principle, in alternating current, the one rotating is the stator. The one rotating is the stator. It rotates around a stationary armature. So the armature stays on its place, but the stator rotates around it. While in direct current, the one rotating is the armature and the stator is stationary. So they are opposite. And in terms of applications, alternating current motors are usually used in large industrial machines like pumps and etc. Then direct current is used on small domestic applications such as your portable fans and everything that uses batteries like toy cars, small toy cars. Did you get it, class, the differences between these two?
Yes.
That's the case then. Again, what kind of motor is our simple motor? Anyone? Yes. Direct. Yes. Next, and based on your understanding, what was the reason again why the coil spins? Anyone? Why the coil spin or rotate during our activity? No one? Again, for a coupon. No one? Yes? Joyce? Call a friend. Yes, Marigold. What was the reason why the coil spins?
Stator and armature computer are acting
What was the real reason?
because of the
Because of the magnet. Then, can you differentiate again the AC and DC motor? Yes, Kaya.
alternating current is used for the main supply and the direct current is used for the sensor.
Okay, thank you. Another one. Regards to the rotating principle, can you differentiate? Anyone? Nicolo, can you differentiate AC and DC motor? Call a friend. Krishna. Easy. Rotation principle and AC. What was the one rotating? This stator. And in the net current, what was the one doing? Very good. Do you have any questions? None. And because of that, let us test your knowledge. So get 1/2 sheet of paper. Now lengthwise, 1/2 lengthwise. In your 1/2 lengthwise, write your name, date, section, and date to date. Then in 3 sentences, or 2 to 3 sentences, answer the question. Explain why the coil spin based on the principles of the charges of the magnet. So you have 2 minutes. Time starts now. Explain why the coil spins based on the principles of charges of magnets. No need to write the question. Seconds left. Seconds. Finalize your answers now. Alright, both hands up, everyone. So pass your paper to the left. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then pass it forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Do you have any questions, class? Okay, so already that's the case, then your assignment is to look for things or objects around your home or house which has a motor in it. You have to draw it on an A4 band paper to be submitted next meeting. Is that clear?
Yes.
Any more questions? That's the case then. Adios a todos.
Adiós, señora. Gracias.